Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and I cannot believe that the year has finally come to an end. We have filmed so many awesome cool cars, we've met so many unique and wonderful people this year, and so today, for the final video of 2023, I wanted to sort of celebrate that and sort of give a little look back to what has changed over the year, a couple of different things and whatnot. So the schedule for this video is to go through the good and bad cars with my good friend Tyler from Realistick. We'll also go through the big friggin' bottle test results, what passed, what failed for 2023, and how that has changed from 2022, how the stats stack up. I have a blooper reel for you guys that is pretty entertaining from all of the bloopers and whatever I've cut out of all of my reviews for 2023. And of course, what to expect next year for 2024. Things are gonna change. Obviously, I have a new shirt color for the reviews. 2023 was Midnight Blue. 2024 is Forest Green, as well as I will be announcing my favorite cars that I had for press loans throughout the year. However, like I said, this is going to be my final video for 2023, and I'm actually gonna take the first week of 2024 off from posting any videos. I'm still gonna be filming, but I kind of just wanted to build up a little bit of a lag, sort of take the nice week off. You're not gonna hear my voice for a week. However, if you do want to hear my voice, I do have another channel that is focused around remote control cars. I started it this year with my friends, and so here's a little trailer to that. It's called A to Z RC, and if you'd like to check that out, you can. It'll be linked in the description below, but here's what you'll find on that channel. Before we kick things off with Tyler, I want to talk about my top 3 favorite press cars I had this year, starting with number 3 being the Lexus IS 500. This car was absolutely wonderful. The 5-liter V8 was great. It had comfortable seating for 4 people, even a 5th. It drove great. I think it had really good tech. It felt like old Lexus, which I really love. And just at the end of the day, I was so excited to get into this car every morning that I had the honor of doing so. But now let's hear from my good friend Tyler as we debate some of the best and worst cars that we drove in 2023. All right, so now we are going to play a game. This is my good friend Tyler. Tyler runs the Realistick YouTube channel. He does fantastic new car reviews. A little plug about yourself, a little elevator pitch.
Elevator pitch, yeah. Detailed car content without fluff. That's what I say at the end of each video. So.
Do you just get tired of saying that?
Oh, yes.
I get so tired of saying, don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys. Did you see the life drain from my eyes as I said it?
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to be playing a little bit game because we've both reviewed a lot of cars this year. And so we have a couple different categories. We have the best feature of 2023, the biggest letdown of the year, biggest positive surprise of the year, best performance car of the year, best value, worst value, your personal favorite video that you made, and then your goal for 2024. So we have these little note cards. We're going to do it newlywed style. They don't have to match. But the first one is the best car feature of 2023. Your favorite car feature.
I don't think I've written on paper since I stopped doing sales over 2 years ago.
This is proving to be very, very difficult. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. GM Midgate. I did it's actually the Grand Cherokee passenger screen.
Okay, I want to hear your justification on that because I've never actually driven in a vehicle with a passenger screen. I've seen them at like auto shows and stuff, and I was like, that looks gimmicky, but what does it do?
I will say, I had 2 cars with the passenger screen. I had the Grand Cherokee 4xe and the Grand Wagoneer L. Grand Wagoneer L, the passenger screen never worked. I contacted Jeep services or whatever, and they're like, yeah, it sounds broken. And I was like, okay, cool.
The full Jeep experience.
Yeah, the full Jeep experience. So I only experienced it once. The Grand Cherokee 4xe had a screen in front of the passenger. I'll show some footage here. You could go through music, navigation. But the coolest thing, and why it's my favorite, is that it, gave my girlfriend something to do while we were driving. You can look at the camera system while you're driving. So she was like my right seat gunner. And she was like looking forward, looking behind me, figuring stuff out. And the passenger can clean the front camera using the passenger screen. So we would just be driving and this mist would come over the hood. And I'm like, we're taking enemy fire. And she's misting the camera the whole time while driving. It was really fun. It was really fun because I'd just be driving down the road and she'd just
spontaneous blind.
Yeah, and she's sitting there spamming the button and whatnot. It was a lot of fun. That was fun for me. A runner-up would be the Lexus RZ 450's sunroof. It just auto tints. Is that what it's called? Stargaze.
Or at least that's in the Venza. I don't know.
You just push a button and I don't know how it works. Unprofessional. You just push the button and it goes away. So tell me about the GM Midgate.
So
what has
GM
the Midgate?
The Midgate, well, I'm thankful that you asked. It is basically you got the new Silverado EV. This used to be in the Avalanche and the Cadillac Escalade EXT maybe.
The Envoy XUV, which I drove this year, had one.
Yeah, so you just basically at the end of the gate into the cab, you can fold down into the cabin itself and then remove the rear glass. So this allows you to have a 6-foot bed but still like fit 8-foot drywall sheets, whatever you want.
I did not know what they were doing in Midgate. Throw them up on the dash.
Oh, okay.
Do whatever you want. All right, biggest letdown of the year.
Oh, we're gonna disagree so hard on this one, but I stand by it and I will explain myself. Not necessarily the worst car.
Okay.
But like the worst one
if it's a Mazda, I'm ejecting you.
Oh, it's not that.
Okay.
No, I was just thinking, how do I spell this?
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Okay. Well,
ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. The Hyundai Kona EV.
The
Toyota Sequoia.
I
think that says Sequoia.
I think it is. I think it is. I think I got it.
Okay, I want you to go first. Why the Sequoia?
Okay, so
I don't think we're going to disagree as hard as you think we're going to disagree, by the way.
Particularly around my roads, which can be a little rough.
Yeah. Watch the GR Corolla video that I did. Holy crap, your roads are rough.
Yes. And in the Sequoia, honestly, I had a 2009 Tacoma, and that road, it was more forgiving, a little bit more comfortable than the $79,000 Sequoia. I think I drove actually a Platinum. And yeah, I drove it and I was like, man, this is really bad. I'm going to let someone else drive in it and just like not say anything.
Yeah.
And she was like, this is shit. Like when it came to the ride, and I was like, I know. And this had the adaptive variable suspension. This had every last option that could redeem it. It just rode bad. And then the gas mileage, like, yeah, it's a hybrid. It's not super great. They got rid of the independent rear suspension, which is probably half the reason why it rode as bad as it did when compared to the previous gen, which did have it. They also got rid of the selectable full-time four-wheel drive system, which was like kind of a cool feature about the previous gen Sequoia, because you could, like, if it was just like a little rainy or snowy out, you could throw it in 4 high and it'd be fine. But if you do that in the new Sequoia, then it's going to start binding because it's a traditional part-time system.
Kona EV is too expensive for how small it is. It was $43,000 and got like 150 miles of range.
2024? Or
2022. It was a press car that was held over. I didn't like it. I had to charge it all the time. And it wasn't even that bad of a car. I was just expecting, I was like, oh, it's a little Kona. It's going to be affordable. It's going to be decent to drive. This is going to be a great way to step into EVs. But the Ioniq 5 started at the same price. So that was my biggest letdown, was the Kona EV. So now our next one is biggest positive surprise of the year. So something that you had low expectations for and kind of blew it out of the water. All right, ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Hyundai Ioniq 6.
Bronco Sport.
Yes.
Okay.
I fell in love with the Bronco Sport.
Why? I haven't driven one, so.
I think it did everything very, very... It was the Heritage, so it was yellow with the white roof, white wheels. There were some Ford issues with it. It's a Ford. you could clearly see in the rear hatch where they painted it. Like it was like a hard masking tape line. But it drove great. It had good power. The 2-liter turbo was very solid. I took it into the city of Chicago, but I was like, this is a fake Bronco. This is going to suck. And I ended up really enjoying it.
Okay.
So,
and then I guess that's the biggest, or like,
the
surprise, point of this kind of question. It was a surprise.
That's the Ioniq 5. We had the same car, the red one, right?
I had the Ioniq. Oh yeah,
the Ioniq 6. Sorry,
it was red.
Ioniq 6. That was red. That car came in clutch because I pulled my back the week that I had it, and those heated seats are great.
The heated seats do be heated.
But why was it surprising to you?
So I, up until this point, I've driven only, I think I've only reviewed the Audi e-tron, the XC40 Recharge, the Subaru Solterra, and I just was like, each one was a pretty inconvenient.
XC40 is going to come up again.
We'll reserve further judgment. But I've just had bad experiences with them because there's no fast charger in Bloomington, and it kills it because I also don't have a charger in my my apartment complex. So the Ioniq though actually held its range. The others did not, and the Ioniq held its range, and on top of that, it actually was fun to drive. Like, I was impressed by the steering. It actually had a little bit of feedback, something that I was not used to with any other EV. And it was, it's quick, but like most EVs are pretty quick. I thought it looked kind of neat. And
the 6?
Yeah,
I think the 6 looks great. People get all up in arms about it, and I think it looks good. Performance car of the year. You already know mine, but I'm curious to hear yours.
Did I even write one that I thought was performance car of the year? I'm not even. I hate to do it. I
think I know what you're going to do, though. Yeah. I'm not looking, but I think it's right that you're doing this. I want you to know that. God is smiling down on you. If I'm correct in assuming what you're right.
You're definitely correct. All right.
All right. Ready, set, turn. No! I was thinking you were going to say Miata, the ND.
I was.
You were smitten about that ND.
I was. I loved the ND. But I think as far as like performance goes, it's like if we said fast. I was gonna say if we're talking like best fun or enthusiast car, definitely the ND, hands down. Even I drove the M2 on the track. I drove the Elantra N. I drove the Golf R whenever we went and did the May rally thing, and those, and the GR86.
GR86 is slower.
It is slower. Honestly, I think the GR Corolla, just, even though it's not the best performance car, like around a track, it did make me feel incredibly confident. Steering is still communicative. It's super quick. And the Miata around the track was a lot of fun, but it is like every time you turn, and that's part of the joy of it, but there is a lot of body roll, and it doesn't, like, this just felt like planted, you're just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I would label it as performance car of the year. But to the people screaming in there, know that most of the car, I've not driven a whole lot of performance cars.
Yeah,
the BMW M2 maybe could have been on there, but it weighs so much, and I didn't have very much fun driving it, even though it was quicker.
Do I have to say anything?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I mean, like literally, it's my phone background.
Yeah.
Like,
that is a no-brainer.
I mean, I have dreams of this car. Best value. We're gonna disagree on this one, hardcore.
I guess we'll find out. I just made a video on this one, so.
So did I.
Oh, okay.
This is a recent video.
I was hoping that I would make it without marking myself.
Oh, yeah, I think it's inevitable. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, turn. Mazda CX-5, Super Crosstrek Wilderness, I said.
Okay, I'm interested to hear why Crosstrek Wilderness is best value.
All said and done.
How much does it cost?
If you don't get the Harman Kardon system, it's 35, 34. For what you get, I was expecting that package to be up into the 40s. They added 2,000 pounds of towing capacity. I was fully expecting to show up and be like, it's 41.2 whatever. And he was like, if you just don't get the Harman Kardon, which Harman Kardon is paired with the sunroof, so it's like a $2,000 option, but you can't exclusively get one or the other. It has to be together. If you just don't click that option, which I don't really care about Harman Kardon anyway, it's like 35. The one I drove was 37. I was really, really surprised at that. So like you get a lot for the money. That was another thing in it, is that like you get a lot of upgrades where if you just bought a Crosstrek and did all that stuff, you'd be well into 40, 50. Why the CX-5?
The CX-5. So for 2024, you get the keep in mind a base CRV with all-wheel drive, I think is like 32, 33. That's going to come with steel wheels. This will come with not just alloys, but leather, leatherette, heated front seats. I get all-wheel drive. It handles great, even though I think the driving position is laughable. And like it's like the seats are just not comfortable for tall people. And the back seat, not super good. It's like it's showing its age, but for what you get for $30,000,
yeah, that video you did of the S was really good.
Yeah, they really killed that for $30,000.
That's one of my picks. Anytime someone's like, "Hey, I need a new car, SUV, 2-row," I go CX-5. Worst value. The last car-related question. The worst value that you drove this year. 1, 2, 3. Subaru Solterra.
Yes.
Interesting.
Lexus RCF. Okay, that makes sense.
The Track Edition.
Yeah.
Just to get it out of the way real quick, because I want to talk about the Solterra.
Yeah.
Lexus RCF Track Edition was $105,000. Did not have heated seats. Now, you go, oh, you had racing bucket seats, so it was to save weight, right? It had a 6-disc CD changer in the car.
6 whole discs? Ooh.
Why? It's a track car. If I'm paying $100,000, $105,000, I don't give a rip about CDs. I want heated seats, though.
You got a point. You got a point.
It was just like the weirdest, and it was like they did no lighting besides they added carbon fiber hood, roof, and trunk, which was sick. But like, you know, it's like cutting a toenail on an elephant. It's like, all right. And the 5-liter V8 in that car is wonderful.
Yeah.
But just don't get the Track Edition was so stupid because it added like $15,000 onto the sticker.
Yeah, and could you? I guess yeah. There's
just get the RCF.
Yeah.
The Track Edition was terrible. So, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Value-wise, it was very fun to drive. I had a very good week with that car.
Yeah.
But the Solterra. How much are the Solterras?
So if I remember, I think it was 40. The one I drove was like 47,000, and I think they can get up to 50 or past 50. I'd have to double check. It's been since January, but
plus if you want to subscribe to the parking assist and whatever.
Like once they got rid of the EV tax credit, it just doesn't make any sense. There's so many better options, and the only thing that I could think of is like you must have an EV. You gotta have it. And you don't trust any of the other brands making them. Yeah. I could see that argument. Yeah. But yeah, whenever, with the $7,000 credit, okay. Well, that's fine. Because it's a comfortable car. It doesn't do anything horribly wrong. The range is terrible, too.
It's the same as the RZ underneath, which I have an RZ video coming out next year, and you'll see my thoughts on that car. It was hard to stay positive in that review of the RZ. Yeah. I drove the Solterra and the BZ4X, so I've driven the Trio. Yeah. I enjoy them.
They're not bad cars.
I just wouldn't want to live with them.
No, you can't with that range, and charging times are awful. They're really bad, and so it's a bad EV, and then it also costs way too much now because the EV credits.
Thank you so much for coming and doing this and joining in on the Shooting Cars End of Year Spectacular. Yes. Where can people find you?
Over at Realistick. Spelled with a CK at the end because college me wanted to make a pun that would make my life difficult.
High school me was like, what's wrong with the name Shooting Cars? I'm sure if you Google it, nothing else will come up.
Well, every time I look up your channel, it's like
every time
it's a news story out of Florida, just a tragedy.
So every time I look up your video, it's just tragedies.
Tragedies.
Yeah, no, that's my channel. Thanks for But I'll leave all this stuff linked, and it'll be up on the screen and everything. Thank you so much, Tyler. I look forward to another year of making dumb videos with you.
Yes, sir.
This year, we big friggin' bottle tested over 300 cars. Actually, around 350 cars were filmed in the 2023 year. And so out of all of those cars, 67 cars actually did end up passing the big friggin' bottle test, which is more than you guys think. A lot of people comment, oh, I've never seen a car pass. It's very unique cars. It's usually like minivans and trucks, but there's every once in a while a couple sticklers that will end up passing, like the Hyundai Elantra passes from 2023. Who would have guessed? Not me. But we do have some stuff to go over. So in 2021, 24.6% of cars passed. In 2022, 22.5% of cars passed. And now for 2023, 21.3% of cars has passed. Now, this number is going down slowly. However, you do have to remember the fact that I'm starting to review a lot more vintage cars, of which never passed the big friggin' bottle test. Speaking of which, the oldest car to pass the big friggin' bottle test is still a 1995 vehicle. This year, I drove the 1995 GMC Jimmy that was able to pass the big friggin' bottle test. But the previous record holder was a 1995 GMC Sonoma, which shares a platform and parts, so no new territory there. Now, these stats might surprise you. These are the brands that have the most big friggin' bottle test passes. And number one on the list is Honda with 25 overall passes. Up next is Toyota with 20 passes, Ford with 19 passes, and the surprising one of GMC with 11 big friggin' bottle passes, something I didn't quite expect. Now, my second favorite press car of the year, number 3, was the IS 500, but number 2 is the Lexus LC 500. Now, the only reason it's better than the IS 500 is because you can drop the top and you get that beautiful 5-liter V8 right in your ear. I love it. Take a listen here, and I think you'll understand why this $115,000 car was my second favorite press car I got this year. However, I film tons of cars every week. I make between 5 and 10 videos every single week to post. And throughout that, I spend a lot of my time talking about cars. However, I don't always nail it the first time. So here is my blooper reel for 2023. I know you guys were asking for this. I get a good chuckle out of it, and I hope you do too. Once that is done, apparently we gotta unlock it. Sporty Roadster. Kind of on 0.8 liter. While filming by this lake, I just swallowed a fly, and now I cannot stop coughing. There's a guy just walking on the phone behind me. Gotta love filming in public. It's a note. First of all, I child locked myself in the back of the Rolls Royce. God damn. Obviously tell in here. Ow. Oh, God. I just hit my leg. But overall, ow. I just hit my head. The steering bag. Then we have an actual sports sedan that is a... I almost said the F word. It's gonna do it. It's gonna do it.
The wrong way detected. Check driving direction.
I'm not driving the wrong way! All right. Alright, what's up, guys? Okay, sure, alright. They are not heated, which isn't a big deal. Oh, they are heated, never mind. You're gonna hear me coming, you're gonna feel me coming, and when I do... Alright. Ugh. Why can't I burp? So, we're gonna get a... So, we're gonna hear from the owner what it... Alright, what's up, guys? My name is Zach. You. And these girls in a Chevy Malibu next to me are laughing at me for talking to a camera. It says, normalize hitting curbs and kiss my ass. Oh, keep it classy, Malibu drivers. Keep it classy. Those are some good claps. Nope, not that way. Put it in and turn. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Put the clip over this. Back seats are cloth. Hi, I was wondering if I could schedule my 2019 Mazda 3 for service.
Yes, what's the phone number, please?
And unfortunately, you spin me right round, baby, right round.
Like a record, baby, right round, right. Ooh.
Ugh, I'm getting hit with propellers. Ah. That's an eagle. Holy carp. That's a dead raccoon. Ugh. Stop.
Call contact. Please connect the telephone via Bluetooth first. Please do not use your...
It's good because it's an 80s car. And my door just popped open. My door just popped open. That's interesting. Alright, holy sh**. That hurt my jaw. God.
I felt like I was driving a hearse.
Beep, boop, boop, beep. Beep, boop, 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 beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Cadillac Eldorado Baritz Classic. Custom. All right. And the car is officially dead. All right, what? Yeah. There's a big hair in my mouth. That's only gonna make the blooper reel. This was a no passing zone in a neighborhood. Really cool Lamborghini. It's a Urus, so it's not even a real Lamborghini. F*** you. All right, it just died on the highway. It's back. Oh, God. Why did it have to die during rush hour? Are you wait? Did I do something?
Get the away from me, motherfucker. That's harassment. Get the away from me.
Now comes the time to talk about the best press car I had this year. Number 3 was the Lexus IS 500. Number 2 was the Lexus LC 500. Now, I wanted to do this over all of the cars that I reviewed. However, it's not really fair. Some cars I only drove for 45 minutes in the rain. Other cars I spent a lot of time with, and so I restricted it down to just cars that manufacturers sent me and I got to experience for a full week. That was really the only level playing field I could pick. And so there are cars that I drove that were better than this car that I'm about to say. But if I could choose any of the press cars cars I received, of the 36 press cars I got this year, if I could keep any of them in my driveway, the number one pick for me would be the 2024 Acura Integra Type S. This car was amazing to drive. It made such a wonderful exhaust note. The shifter was great. The power, 320 horsepower, was wonderful. I felt classy. I felt cool. I drove the absolute wheels off of that press loan. And so if I could keep any of the cars that I had an extended amount of time with, the Acura Integra Type S would be my pick. And so it is the Shooting Cars Car of the Year for 2023. And so that wraps up my end of the year video. I want to give my most sincere thank you to everyone that has watched, viewed, and subscribed throughout this year. This year has been a game changer year. We've had good years in the past. 2022 was great. 2021 was great. 2020 was, you know. But this year we have started to work with actual manufacturers here on the channel. Polaris flew me out to California on their dime to drive their Polaris Slingshot. That was a huge moment for me. I've started to receive press cars. We still haven't even had press cars a whole year. That started in March of 2023. I'm actually in talks with manufacturers, which is so exciting. I have some behind the scenes knowledge and whatnot, which is very, very cool. And so all of that is thank you to the people that watch the videos, allow me to review their cars. If I reviewed your car this year or ever, I'm talking to you directly. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. None of this would be possible without you, and I get to live my dream. I get to work my dream every single day. This is my dream job, and I wouldn't trade it for the world, and that's all because of you guys. So a couple of things are going to change here in 2024. The intro and outro of the videos is going to be different. The intro and outro music is going to be different, although it's similarly the same. I'll play some here for you in a moment, but the core reality is going to remain the same. I'm going to review some weird and quirky cars for you guys to enjoy. And so, as I leave you with the final video of 2023, here is what you can expect in 2024. Take care, guys. We are driving a semi, baby!